Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Yeah, let's just pick up where we left off. Before we go too far, I just want to quickly show you guys that I found a new sound effect that I think I'll use to replace the current coin pickup sound we have. So let me just play the game real quick. This is the sound we have, but sounds like coins, and we don't really have coins in the game. Plus, I don't really like it. It's kind of too fuzzy. Hopefully you heard all that. I don't really like the sound effect that much, so I found something that's much more, how could I say it, peaceful in certain ways, and I'll play it for you. So yeah, I went to opengameart.org, and this is the one I will be going for. And I already have it imported here. It's actually called Appear Online. So I'll just drag and drop this effect to our gold coin prefab, pickup sound, and give our game a spin. And I like this much better than the other one. It just doesn't sound overpowering. The other one was very overpowering for this game. So quick little fix there. And I think I'll start adding a couple more sound effects. So, for example, we don't have a sound effect for when we collect this power up, and also when we collect this trophy at the end, and maybe add something for when we fall off. Maybe. So yeah, but the first two things I'll do is add some sort of a sound effect for this one, that's different than a points pickup, and add something for this trophy right there. So let me find a couple of sound effects. So I found a pack for the power up for the double jump, and that's this one right here. And I'll play it. Sounds perfect in my opinion. So we do have to modify our script. We're gonna probably do the same thing we did with the previous one. So for the power up, that should be the coin pickup one. And I'll open the one we used for our gold coin pickup. Is it coin pickup? No, we need the power up, double jump, double jump. There we go. This is the one we were looking for. So this is the one we're going to modify, and we're going to do the same thing we did on the coin pickup one. So we copy over the variable. We don't even have a single variable on this one. We're going to add the first one. And audio clip, pickup sound. Yep, sounds good. It's going to be pretty much the same. So, pickup sound is not equal null. Check. Where's the? Okay. Why is this curly bracket here? Let me just do some formatting. So it looks clean, and I'll add this in here. So right before destroy, we're going to add it. My sound or pickup sound, and destroy the game object. Would that be all we need? Let's try it. Okay, it's all compiled, so let's go back to our prefab. For the we didn't even create a prefab for the power double jump, power pickup. So I'll just make a prefab out of it. Boom, drag and drop. And we now should have a pickup sound right there. So let's go back to our audio and click on the double jump power up. Prefab, pickup sound should be Rhizo 3. Pickup sound. There we go. And let's test it out. Yeah, working perfectly. Let's try again. Awesome. Now let's move on to trophy. Alrighty, and I found one. So this is perfect, I think. Go to, so we'll probably have to update our, what is it called? The trophy level goal, level goal, level goal. Not there though. And the script. So let's open up the level goal script. And we're gonna need pickup sound. I'll name it pickup sound just to stay consistent. Pickup sound, even though it's not really a pickup, it's the last object we touch. So anyway, yeah, for now it should be fine. Delay, transition delay, load next level delayed. I don't think where best would be to add that audio sound logic or play the sound logic. Would it be should animation maybe right after the animation, right? Or set trigger activate, yeah. Maybe right before even the animation. I'll just do it here. Pick sound, wire the animation, save it, back to Unity, compile. All right, all compiled. Now let's go back to the prefab. Level goal, and then go back to audio. And I already have it imported. Is it this one? Yep. So level goal, and hopefully we have our pickup sound. Yes, we do. And drag and drop is complete. Now let's go back to our game. Nice, nice, nice. It's working perfectly. And should I leave it as is or let's see, let's see, let me try one more time. Oh, no. Does feel a little loud though. That's the only thing compared to the background music. And the other thing is, I think I should probably pause the background music when I collide with the trophy. And that's where I probably need some help from Gemini. So let me open up my AI. And by the way, this is probably the first video where we've spent almost 10 minutes with zero AI assistance. So even though this is supposed to be a game development with Gemini series, there's going to be certain parts where if we have to repeat a process that we picked up in a previous Gemini interaction, we can just repeat it without consulting it again and again to save us some time. But anyway, now I'm gonna pull it up and we're gonna fix our background music maybe. Just stop it when we collide with the trophy. And what else do I want to do? Maybe lower the volume of it a little bit. For that, I think I can just do it directly in the code, right? So there should be some sort of a value there. Yeah, this guy right here. I think if I set it to maybe 0.7, save, all compiled, and now I expect the volume to go down a little bit for the trophy. Yep, perfect. But it doesn't play the whole thing, right? So the other thing we need to adjust would be the transition delay. Let's turn it to, how many seconds is our sound effect? See, 4 seconds ish. So 4 seconds. So adjust this to 4. Save it. All done. Now, see, transition delay here is still 1.5, so I'm going to update it here to 4. So the only thing left to do is stop the background music once we collide with the trophy. So for that, I'm going to open up Gemini. And to give you a quick recap of the last prompt we left at, it gave me a fix for the coin pickup sound being very difficult to hear. That's when we added this line of code that where we specify um, bypassing the 3D distance fading. That's where we also changed this to 0.7 just now so that the trophy pickup sound is not overpowering. Um, so yeah, well, and then let Gemini know that the fix worked, and I repeated the process for the patrol enemies squish. So now all I'm going to do is copy over our script that we modified. So levelgoal.cs. I repeated the same process for level goal and increased transition delay to 4 so that we have some time for the sound to complete. The only thing I want to happen is once we collide with the trophy or level goal, the background music should ideally stop until the pickup sound finishes playing. Next scene loads. Is there a quick way to accomplish this? Here's my level goal script. And then paste the code and flag or hit send. All right, so there's a very quick and clean way to do this. Since our background music is running on Audio Manager object, we can simply search for it in the audio source inside the on trigger to D, enter to D, and call to stop the moment the player touches the goal. So let's see what it modified. System.collections required for coroutines. Okay, yeah, that's already there. Da, 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 da. Just gonna do a quick comparison, maybe side by side. All right. Hard to see there. What is going on? Why can I not drag it when it's needed? This is what I need to drag. Okay, so I think just the on trigger, enter to D, stop the background music logic is right there. So stop the background music. So just this part. And then just gonna quickly compare the rest of it. All right, yeah, looks good there. Looks good there. Yeah, we should be good. So let's test this out. I just saved it. Play. Oh, horrible start. Ooh, come on. Perfection. One more time, because I don't want that to be a fluke. Oh, perfect. Okay, so the only thing left now is to let Gemini know that I also added a pickup sound for our double jump power up, and then move on for now from sound effects. Cool, it worked. I also updated the double jump power up script. What is it called? Double jump power up CS. Okay. Double jump power up script. Um, where should we move on to next? All right, so thanks. Our script update was flawless there. Perfectly applied the play clip at point method to ensure that the power up sound plays completely even after the game object vanishes. Since we have officially locked in the audio for the core gameplay, the next major milestone would be building out our core menus and UI. This will bridge our levels together and turn these isolated scenes into a fully playable game loop. So, core menu system should have a main menu, game over screen, and level transitions. Cool. All right. So, would you like to start by building a standalone main menu scene, or would you prefer to build the game over retry screen right here? You know, what would a seasoned game developer do? Yeah, let's start there. So apparently the seasoned dev would almost always build the game over or retry screen inside the level first. So if you are a seasoned game dev, let me know if you agree with that assessment there. Um, this comes down to locking in the core gameplay loop, play, die, respawn, before worrying about the meta loop. Title screen to level select to play. By building the retry system now, level 2 becomes a completely self-sustaining slice of gameplay. You won't have to manually stop and start the Unity editor every time the player hits a spike trap or falls off the map. So here's the blueprint for getting that in-game UI up and running. So we're going to just follow these steps here. So let me go back in there. So step one is create the UI canvas in our hierarchy. Go back there, back from the prefab. Hierarchy, right click and select UI canvas. So level 2, select UI canvas and canvas. Right there. Rename this to, what's it called? UI Manager. Okay, UI Manager. In the canvas component in the inspector, change the UI scale mode to scale with screen size. Scale mode. Scale mode. And the canvas component. Canvas component. I don't see a scale mode, but I do see a render mode. Oh, scale mode is now under canvas scaler, so it's probably a little outdated instructions there. But UI scale mode is here, so should be scale with screen size there. And set the reference resolution to 1920 times 1080. So this is our HD resolution. All right, and now right click your new UI manager, canvas. Right click over here, I guess. Select UI panel. Name this game over panel. Change the panel's color to something like something dark and semi-transparent. All right, so color should be black, apparently. And transparency should be 150. All right. So it visually dims the game behind it when it pops up. Okay. So moving on to step 2, add the text and buttons. Right click the game over panel. Select UI and text mesh pro. And we're gonna we're gonna change the text to game over. Let me just drag this so you guys can see it. How big is this thing? Okay. So just some control Z's and control Y's there for some undos and redos. All right, so type game over, center it at the top of the panel. Center it at the top of the panel. Center it at the top of the panel. Okay, so in order to center it at the top of the panel, what I would need to do is position. So maybe increase the Y to, I don't know, I'll probably do 40. Nah, that's too low. I'll do 300. Okay, that looks pretty good. And how do I center the text also? On that for this guy. So maybe if I click on this points right there, it would show me. Okay, I can scroll down. So let me repeat the steps that we did for points. So if you scroll down here on this text, it should give you the alignment. So just set it to center, and maybe I'll also increase the size of it a little bit by dragging this. There we go. So that the text is inside this box, because I don't like it if the box is not wrapping the text, right? So it just looks weird. Okay, so all done there. Maybe increase the font size as well. I'll probably do 48. You know, yeah. Now right click the game over panel again. Select UI, button, text mesh pro, and name it retry button. Retry button. There. Expand the button. Select the text. Change the text to retry. So retry. Maybe all caps. Retry it. Is I'll increase the text size to maybe 40 or 38. And I'll do some adjustments of the button itself. So button size should go up a little bit in my opinion. Might have to manually do it or do the height here. So from 30, I'll do 50. And maybe even bigger than that. I'll do 80. And width should be 200. So it looks pretty good to me. Retry button right there. Expand it. Change the text, all done. Middle of the panel. Yeah, it is pretty much dead on in the middle. So we good. Maybe even the game over text, I think I'll just make this wider, so the text actually fits. And then I'll increase the font size even more. I'll do 60. Okay, so roughly in the center, right? So it should be good. Position Y 300. Position X is 0. What if I change this now? Yeah, it should be good. It looks good to me. So anyway, um, duplicate that button. So duplicate the retry button by just doing a Control D and name this menu button. So rename menu button, and we're going to change the text to menu or main menu. I'll just leave it as menu maybe for now. Now I'll just follow instructions. uh, So let me just change the width of this menu button a little bit more. So maybe 240. And what I'll do is drag it just below the retry button. So position Y, I'll do -50, not enough, so -150 maybe. And then I'll match the width of the retry button to 240. All done, all done. And now step 3 is hide the panel by default. So select the game over panel in the hierarchy. At the very top left of the inspector, uncheck the box next to the panel's name to disable it entirely. So I'm guessing this one. All right, so now here's where we are at. With the visual shell built, the next step is writing a quick script to make that panel appear upon death and assigning logic to those buttons so they actually trigger the scene loads. We do have a game manager script where we can drop this logic, so probably no need to create the UI controller script, but we'll make that decision in the next video because we are past the half an hour mark, and stay tuned.